The addition of storytellers changes the story from just being a journey across a fantasy world into something much richer. The story keepers, did I say storytellers? Oh, I'm sorry. I am so into just writing my books the past few days, gosh, I don't know how long, that I just haven't really focused on too much of anything else. I have been going to work and coming home and just writing books and kind of ignored everything else. So I'm sorry, but I'm just into this. I'm in the middle of a new one. Okay. So I've gotten a lot of the other books that I wanted to do done. And what I've started doing is, because I keep coming up with more ideas, I get the foundation down and I get the cover created, and then so I can get enough of the story foundation down that I can create what's a story Bible, and I can put it into a certain file, and with the cover that I create with that book, the title and everything already on it, and then I set it aside. And then when I'm ready, I go back in and I pick it up and I start writing the chapters. That way, when I'm ready to do it and I've got that spark again of inspiration, it's there and I can just go in and pick it up and start doing it. And I've been doing that lately, like a lot. I've gotten a lot of the ones that I had already started done, and I've started more. Just gonna keep coming up with ideas. So right now I'm working on one that I'm just trying to get this few of the. I had a story concept and the cover created for the book. So I'm just going back in and I'm finishing up getting all the information needed to create a story Bible. And now that I've done that, I can go in and start writing the chapters. In fact, I've got chapter 1 right here. But I was trying to read what this says because my brain's just, I think I need to take a break and go make dinner or start dinner or something. I don't know. My brain is just like, I need a break. And then when I sit there and break, come up with more stories. I swear, sometimes I just think I'm broken or something. But this says, in addition, read right. The addition of story keepers changes the story from being just a journey across a fantasy world into something much richer. The story keepers don't simply preserve history, they preserve identity. Every hidden community has its own story keeper, and each protects not only books and maps, but songs, recipes, family lineages, traditions, and little pieces of everyday life that make a people who they are. When Lila and Finn reunite the story keepers, they aren't just reconnecting villages, they're restoring the world's collective memory. I think that's one of the most beautiful ideas we've created together. And more before we begin, I like to make one promise for this book. Just as I have with some of our other novels, no true villains. Don't get me wrong, not all the books are like that. But because I want my books to be about healing, self-discovery, and stuff like that, the undertone of that, I might have people be a villain at the beginning. By the time it's there at the end, some of them might be, some of them might not be. You never know. I might get a wild hair and make them all villains all the way through the book. You don't know that. Best way to find out is read it. So if you haven't checked out my books yet, go on to Inkit, INKITT, or Wattpad, WATTPAD. and check out my books there. I've got a lot more books on there. Sorry, somebody's outside. Anyway, check those out. There's a lot of new stories on there. At the moment, I am publishing one chapter a day for like 10 different books. And so go on and check it out. And Wattpad has 32 books on it. Inkitt has 30, because again, Wattpad will accept children's books, Inkitt will not. I've had a lot of really good reviews on my books. A lot of them, I've had quite a few that are 5-star, and one that's like, I think it's got 20 stars, voted 20-star book in there on one of the platforms. So they're getting a lot of really good reviews, and a lot of people saying, hey, I want to create this from your book. Can I do this? And can I do that? And are you willing to talk about this? And I just, right now, I've got ideas, and I want things to progress beyond just Inkitt and Wattpad. My plan for the past yesterday and today was to sit here and format books and get them up on KDP. I have not done that. I have been creating books and cleaning my apartment instead, because this has to be cleaned like ASAP. Especially with the lifestyle I'm working towards. So I know I'm just ranting and raving on here anyway, but so yeah, the books are up, and I do have ideas for these books. I do want some of them to become cartoons. Some of these books I go in with the thought of what would it look like on film. So if they were turned into movies or films or whatever you want to call it. Some of them cartoons. I do have a manga book that I am working on. I have a couple. I've got, I think, quite a few of them that would look really good as anime. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're anime books or stories, but they would look good as anime. And I think it's just up for interpretation depending on the person who's reading it. I did have one person tell me, oh, this is a boring story on Cavern's Heart. This is a boring story. Well, if you're looking for action and you're reading a book that's meant to be heartfelt and does not tell you it's full of action, you're looking at the wrong book. Go read The Wild Beyond the Walls. Jeez, I can't even think of all of them. But yeah, I've got a lot of formatting to do and a lot of uploading onto KDP. I was thinking about having my daughter help me do it, but if I do that, I want to pay her to help me. And at the moment, I just can't afford to do that. So once I can, then I will. But until then, I'm going to keep plugging away. I was at the hospital with one of my clients on Wednesday. And I was sitting there. God, we were there all day. Seemed like all day. It was at least 4 hours. But we were sitting there in the emergency room at the hospital in Portland. And I was sitting there watching all the staff members walk around and talk and joke with each other and take care of patients and do all their stuff, and came up with an amazing story. And I'm excited to get it done and get it out there. But again, we're going to, I'm trying to get the books that I already have started finished before I start uploading and publishing anymore and finishing others. So But the story is called Beyond the Front Door. It's going to be amazing. I'll have to see if I can show you what it will look like, the cover will look like. I'll upload it after this video, or around this video, if it'll let me. We'll see. Until then, stay creative.